It's January 2nd, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a killer unmasked, a stadium turned deadly, and humanity's first steps into deep space. Let's begin. On January 2nd, 1981, a nightmare that had stalked the streets of northern England for years finally came to an end. For nearly half a decade, fear settled over Yorkshire. Women altering their routes, streets emptied early, and behind the panic, a name whispered in dread: the Yorkshire Ripper. That night, police were not hunting a killer. They conducted a routine stop. A red light, a suspicious car, nothing more. Inside sat Peter Sutcliffe, a man who had murdered at least 13 women and violently attacked many more. Within hours of the arrest, Sutcliffe began to speak. He confessed calmly, methodically, as if he felt relief that the chase was over. Later, he would tell court something chilling. It was just a miracle that they didn't apprehend me earlier. They had all the facts. For years, he had walked free, questioned, interviewed, and overlooked, while bodies continued to appear. On luck, chance, and a single traffic stop, only luck, chance, and a single traffic stop ended one of Britain's most terrifying manhunts. On January 2nd, 1971, jubilation turned to horror in Glasgow, Scotland. The old firm match between the Rangers and the Celtic had just ended. A late goal electrified the crowd, and more than 80,000 supporters began to pour out of Ibrox Stadium, eager to return home. But the narrow exit known as Stairway 13, something went terribly wrong. A sudden surge from behind meant momentum and hesitation ahead. People stumbled, others fell, and within seconds, bodies began to pile on top of each other in a confined concrete passage. Shouts turned to screams, and breath disappeared. Panic spread faster than anyone could react. By the time the crowd was finally cleared, 66 football fans were dead, and more than 200 injured. Most victims overcome not by trampling, but by the crushing pressure of the crowd itself. The tragedy would become known as the Ibrox disaster, one of the worst stadium disasters in British history. In the aftermath, grief swept the nation. Investigations revealed fatal flaws in crowd control and stadium design, the lessons that were paid for in lives. A place built for celebration became a silent memorial, forever changing how crowds would be managed, and they reminded the world how quickly joy can turn deadly. On January 2nd, 1959, in the frozen silence, the Soviet Union launched an ambitious experiment into the unknown. Its name was Luna 1, also called Mekta, meaning dream. The mission was simple, in theory: reach the moon, strike its surface, and prove humanity could touch another world. But space does not forgive mistakes. As Lunar 1 raced away from Earth, a subtle error in a rocket burn altered its destiny. The spacecraft missed the moon by more than 6,000 kilometers, silently slipping past the target and vanishing into the dark. For a moment, it seemed like a failure. Then, the scientists realized something unsettling. Luna 1 had escaped Earth's gravity entirely. Humanity accidentally created the first artificial planet. Drifting endlessly between Earth and Mars, Luna 1 became the first human man-made object to orbit the Sun. As it traveled, it whispered back its secrets from space, detecting an invisible solar wind, mapping deadly radiation belts, and proving that interplanetary travel was possible. What began as a mistake became a milestone. Humanity lost control of a spacecraft and gained its first foothold in the endless darkness beyond the Earth. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.